Let's take a look at today's big game breakdown / best bet playoff style. Monday, May the 6th, we're going to look at the Minnesota at Denver. Game number 2 opens up here. Denver -5, 208. Current number, Denver -5.5, down to 206.5. Slight adjustment in the total. Been bobbing back and forth. I saw it get to as low as 205.5, basically due to the Jamal Murray calf status. He's played through it for the most part. He'll play through it, or at least attempt to play through it again here tonight. Take a look here, though, at Minnesota is not perceived to be a great scoring team. They're perceived to be a great defensive team. But let's take a look at their scoring here. And I'm not sure that Denver has the defensive capability to prevent Minnesota from getting over their team total here tonight, which is 100.5. You need 101 to cash this ticket. Letter A, obviously the Murray calf injury probably limits him defensively. He saves all his energy for offense. He did have a big offensive outburst in Game 7 of the prior series, but I don't expect him to be much of a threat on the defensive side. And it's a difficult assignment proven once again for the Nuggets to handle both Anthony Edwards and Karl Anthony Towns. Caldwell Pope and Aaron Gordon are designated to be those guys, but it just didn't work out in the first game. Edwards and Cat go 25 of 42, scores 63 points. Minnesota, maybe second round, first game, road jitters, maybe. Only scored 40 points in the first half, but they came back with 66 in the second half. And what's so impressive about the 66 that they scored in the second half is only 5 of those were free throws. The final score, 106-99, would lead you to believe, if you didn't see the game or didn't look at a box score, that perhaps Minnesota made free throws down the stretch to ice this. They only made 5 free throws. They had 61 true points from the field in the second half. So they got over whatever they were suffering from in the first half and scored big. They've scored 106 or more in every game against the Nuggets this year. 5 games, 5 times 106 or better. And the last 2 are the one I look at the closest because the last 2 were extremely important. The April 10th matchup was for the number 1 seed in the Western Conference. Minnesota got to 107 in that game. And then, of course, the other night, game 1 here in Denver, Minnesota gets to 106 again. And the Timberwolves just don't resemble your typical Game 2 road team that's up 1-0, that maybe is satisfied and they'll fold in the second game against the desperate home team. They just don't resemble that type of squad right now. I look at it this way. Denver's won twice in this matchup. They played 5 times this season. Denver's won twice. Those final scores were 115-112, 116-107. I mentioned that previously. That was the April 10th game. Both were overs, landing 227 and 223 respectively. So for Denver, it looks like an increased pace helps them against this Minnesota defense. The 3 games the Timberwolves won, 199, 209, and 205. So again, Denver desperate here. It looks like the adjustment might be to go quicker. Full game total could go either way, but to me, the way to go here is Minnesota team total over 100.5. Denver allowed the Lakers to shoot 49.2% from the field for the entire series. So they haven't been playing great defense to begin with. Their defense is basically predicated on slowing down pace. The Lakers scored 103 or better in 4 of those 5 matchups. The other one, they got 99. You take a real close examination of what's going on in this series, and the best number offered by odds makers here tonight, to me, appears to be this Minnesota team total, which looks undervalued at 100.5. Head coach Michael Malone and the Nuggets have had 5 chances to get it right defensively against this Minnesota team, and all 5 times they've done better than what they're asked to do tonight. I'll play it that way again. Minnesota team total tonight over 100.5.